Recording is a go. Alright, this is the first episode of the creator interview series. We'll see how many episodes it is. It depends on who else I can rope in to this freak show.
I'll help you coerce a few others, so
Let's
we can at least get
go.
a couple episodes. You know what I mean?
Yes, dude. No spoilers, but we'll get them going. We'll have it. We'll make it happen. It'll be pop.
It'll be poppin'. It'll be the biggest series on Anitube.
Probably, almost certainly. You know, we start here. I got my sights on Joey, dude. I'm gonna get him.
Oh, that should be easy. I got a few connections.
You know him.
Oh, I know a guy who knows a guy.
Hello, let's go, dude.
Anitube is this big, right? Anitube is this big. Everyone knows everyone.
It's kind of true. I assume. I don't know. I'm new. I'm a noob, dude. I'm an old man, but I'm a noob.
You're fitting in well. You're fitting in well.
I think so.
I see you replying to Crash every now and then. I'm like, whoa, this guy, he's everywhere now.
I'm terminally addicted to Twitter. Okay, the interview is already completely off the rails. Welcome, my first guest. My name is Doofy. Let's get started just with the basics, the bog standard of the interview. Name, age, if you care to. You don't have to. I mean, you've been out there on the internet for a while, but...
Yeah. Well, my name is Doofy. I think I've lied about my real names many times.
That's good. He's gone.
So I'm gonna keep it going. You guys don't get my real name. There are multiple aliases of me out there. And just be critical of what you encounter. You know, is that really Doofy? Is that really Doofy's name? But Doofy suffices. Age, I am 24 years old.
4 years old. Oh man, young guy. Let's go. All right,
well, you know what? Hey, I'm an old man to all the other kids in Anitube.
It's true. I'm dead. I'm literally under the ground.
That's why I like hanging with you. I hang with you and Crash because you guys make me the little homie. I feel a little younger again.
Let's go. Okay, so the first part of these interviews, I have a secret. First part of these interviews, I want to be a little bit about the creator history. I want to get your Anitube lore going here. So, when did you first start getting into making videos? It's gonna be even pre-channel days, right?
Okay.
Everybody's got their sort of scuffed content from the early days. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So interesting. My first channel was, I think, late 2008. It was Sasuke. It was called Sasuke Shepherd.
Oh.
Yeah, because one Sasuke, the fucking goat, duh.
The only good character in
Shepherd.
Naruto. Yeah.
What? Yeah, okay. Shepherd because he's the shepherd, man. He's the Sasuke Shepherd. Don't question it. Don't worry about it. But it's Sasuke Shepherd. That's my first account, which I did really scuffed AMVs, and by AMVs it was me picking my favorite emo songs from 2008 and just cutting out all of the non-action sequences from a fight. So there wasn't even any artistry here. There wasn't syncing attacks with the beat of the music. It was just cut down the fight to its pure action sequences and throw on Breaking Benjamin, and I was going. So it was a lot of that.
That's fire. That sounds absolutely scuffed and amazing. Beautiful.
It was beautiful. I'd also upload some Naruto episodes illegally. Fun fact.
Let's
this is my
go.
favorite fact ever. This is my favorite fact of all time. I was the first person to upload Naruto Shippuden episode 133 onto YouTube.
Wow.
The problem, however, was that it was subbed, and I fucking mirrored it, and it mirrored the subs.
Let's go.
But they all got 30,000 views, so it was three parts. It was brilliant. I peaked in 2008, and it's been downhill ever since.
You peaked with piracy,
yeah.
like many of us on the internet in 2007.
Amen.
Stealing stuff and uploading it was that was the way. That was absolutely the way.
And so I kind of got my feet into the door through that kind of stuff. You know, I had a few pivot stick figure animations in the mix too, but that was my first channel. The first of a very long career of many fucking channels. That's the first one. Did you ask me about all of them or just the first one?
I just wanted to start. I had no idea it was going to be that deep. We can take this wherever you want to go. The whole shebang.
So I've got a long YouTube life, my brother.
Let's go.
I've been chronically online for over a decade.
See, I have not, so I'm excited.
You're the math guy, so it's 2023 now. What? How long ago was 2008?
15 years.
Yeah, okay, I've been around for 15
this
years.
man's on the grind.
I know, but my problem is that I'd make a channel, I'd get a little traction, and then I'd get bored of it, or I'd get tired of it, and I'd cut it. And I did that. I think I tried to count all my channels before, and I had like over 40. I'm obviously not going to be able to give you. I'm not going to be able to give you the full scope of my history. I'll have to give you just the bangers.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So the first one was Sasuke Shepherd. That one was around for a while. I guess I got copywritten. That's how I can only suspect I lost that channel. I mean, you know.
And that was the pre-IP ban days, right? Like they would just delete the channel. They wouldn't kick you off.
Wait, so do they IP ban you now?
Oh
like,
yeah,
if you get banned?
You're done.
I had no idea.
You're cooked.
I did not know that.
That's why people get one strike and they like lose their minds. Like
I
career could end forever. Yeah, be careful, bro.
I need to be safe now.
Yeah, it happened to me with Twitter.
So wait.
They banned me because today's stuff is stupid, and then I tried to make an alt, and they were like, "We know what you're doing, bro. We see you hacking." And I was like, "Jesus, all right, I'll chill." You got the account back, but it was dangerous. I was sweating.
So wait, can we use like a VPN to get around this, or does it like
Nah, it depends. Depends on the
I don't
VPN.
Understand.
If you write your own VPN, which is not hard to do, they probably won't be able to spot it. But yeah, it's tough.
Well, this is big. Thank you. I'm gonna now proceed with a little more caution on my channels.
I mean, you seem pretty above board most time, but yeah.
Okay. But so that's anyways my little gateway into this awful world known as content creation.
And then you go on this cycle of just make a channel. What other kind of content did you dabble in? Just you don't have to go through the whole lore, but yeah, just a little bit of.
I used to do backyard wrestling.
Oh, baby.
You know, me and the boys, we did a little backyard wrestling. I can't disclose the name because it's still out there. It's scuffed as hell. Like it's just a bunch of like elementary school, middle school kids just beating the shit out of each other in the backyard. It's honestly dope as hell.
That is incredible. I will find this. All right, this is gonna be my my parasocial obsession mode.
You know, I might even.
When I lose my mind.
I like you.
Next time.
Yeah, I might even. I like you. I'll probably share it with you in private.
Oh baby, yes. You gotta lock that down. You gotta take all of me. It's right now.
Jeez. Okay, so we did a bit of backyard wrestling.
Absolutely.
We must have had like 6 or 7 channels just dedicated to vlogging and shit.
Sure.
Because I've always been like the bring the camera around with your friends kind of guy.
Oh.
I still am like even
Let's go.
Like I have a little hard drive on my computer which I'm not gonna move because I'm scared it's gonna disconnect and fuck my shit up. But
of course.
I have like a very thorough documentation of everything in my life from 2012 up until now. Like it's just in folders and folders and folders. It's like awesome. It's great to have all that. Oh, I love it. I like getting drunk and just like going through it and reminiscing on the times that I'll never get back.
Jeez. Okay, that's dark as hell. That's awesome.
But another play-by-play. I'll give you a few more play-by-plays. I also had like music review channels, but they were shitty because it's like
only Midwest emo, I assume.
No, that'd be bass. This was when I was a young stupid child who listened to like dad rock, so it was like fucking Beatles and Led Zeppelin and shit like that.
My Beatles review, fire, bidden.
Yeah. But the worst part is, I didn't really even talk about the music. I just talked about the physical release that I bought. It was so ass. Like nobody would care to watch that. Nobody did watch those. Those videos did horribly, as you can imagine.
Incredible.
I had a few Let's Play channels. You know, I played Pokemon. It's pretty much. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, on this channel, we're scratching 50 views. I know what it is. Let's go.
You're going up, baby.
I'm going up, dude. I'm taking this over.
Okay.
I'm coming for that spot.
But I'll give you the first substantial development that's relevant to the Doofy brand. It's 2012, 2013. I make a channel called Mr. Rage Keepers that I dedicate to Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, because I was kind of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Nerd back then.
Absolutely.
It's Rage Keepers because I like Grave Keepers. People used to rage when it was meta.
Okay.
So that's the origin of the name. It kind of got shortened down to MRK eventually. So if you ever hear that name, it's me. Sometimes I go on that account, which is still up, and I just troll people. So if you see,
Sounds right.
I do this in streams a lot. If you see MRK pop up in your streams, it's me. Like I remember, I think Creams was streaming once, and I just went on that account. I just like shit talked the hell out of him. And it got like blocked or something, and I'm like, okay, the jig's up. It was me this whole time. I'm an awful person online.
If you start shooting the chat, I will ban you. But that's what you want to do. Yeah. I'm down to clown.
The things I do.
I'll
The things I
mod
do
you
to
and ban
entertain
you.
myself.
It'll be good.
As long as you don't IP ban me, we're good.
I don't think I could.
Just my alter ego.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't know. You're like a numbers coding nerd. I'm sure you could figure it out.
Yeah, IP ban is hard though. You need like some access to service providers I don't have. But I digress.
Yeah. So, anyways, my love of Yu-Gi-Oh! Just slowly dissolved, and at that same time, in 2013, my love of anime started bubbling up even more to the point where like I started doing anime reviews, and it started off with like, oh, I got a package from Right Stuff, so here's me opening it, and then it's like, well, I bought some DVDs from Right Stuff, I watched them, let's talk about them, and so it'd be like a camera pointing down on my bed with just the DVD in the center of it, and I would just talk from behind the camera, and maybe I'll put some text on the screen, like a score for
Let's go.
these different aspects. And I would talk about it for like 4 or 5 minutes, and that was really it. And then I just slowly grew traction on that channel. I started getting into manga more, anime more, did collection videos, hauls, reviews, blah, blah, blah. Essentially, kind of what the Doofy brand started off with. And that channel did pretty good. That channel got to like 900 something subs.
Okay.
And then I was approaching, well, then I was in the middle of high school, I guess. And this is, for Doofy lore, this is quite important, because I always talk about how, like, you know, I was in anime and manga for a while. I was probably, like, pretty consistently in it since I was a kid. But then there's just this big black period where I totally stopped caring about anime and manga, and that's, like, high school. And for, like, the first couple of years of university, because I just got preoccupied with other things. Music being one of the positive and good ones. But,
let's go. New album out soon, correct? Right?
Your new album out soon. New album coming. We're cooking. We're cooking it. But yeah, and so the channel just naturally died because I stopped making content on it. I think it's still up. I kind of just privated the videos. Like all the videos are still on there. It's just chill. I use it sometimes to just
mess around.
Just have another account. You know, mess around with people, watch what I used to watch, that sort of thing.
Old recommendations, yes.
Exactly, the old recommendations hit hard.
Okay,
and then
Doofy
we get the Doofy channel.
So, right? Around 3 years ago?
Yeah. Doofy, I think, started with the pandemic.
Like so many others.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, you know, I got sent home from university because pandemic happened, and I'm like, can't go anywhere. I have a bunch of manga I own that I haven't read. Let's do that. I just started reading shit. I'm like, this shit's kind of nice. Kind of want to talk about this stuff. And then, boom, I whip out the old iPhone 10, and I just start walking around my room, showing off my manga collection, just talking some shit about series, having fun. And that video does, like, relatively well. It's my first manga collection. Then I'm like, okay, there's an audience for this. I'm itching to make new content. I'm back in anime manga. Let's move. We move. And then
we're on the grind.
Now we're here. Now we're 1,500 subs, dead channel. I don't upload. I'm awful.
You uploaded like a few days ago. What are you talking about?
What do you mean I uploaded a few days ago?
Like 6 days ago or something.
Did I? No, I didn't. You're freaking me out now. You got the wrong guy.
Oh, 2 months ago. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
2 months
ago.
You're working on the album, though, right?
I'm talking about videos. I am working on an album.
That's fine. You got other stuff you're doing.
I do have videos in the works. I have like 4 or 5 videos in the works, but like they're at the point where I've worked on them too long and I'm getting bored.
I see. You just gotta just be done. Just say it's done.
Yeah.
Well,
Actually, my best videos are the ones. Well, maybe not my best videos, but the easiest videos to get out are the ones where like, oh, I'm suddenly inspired. I'll think about it a lot, and then I'll just sit in front of the camera and go.
absolutely.
I'm not a huge fan of this. Let's make a really refined and precisely crafted script and deliver the best video. No, fuck that. I'm gonna think about this for like 30 minutes really hard, get on camera, spit some shit, cut out the bloopers, send it to my friend. He likes to edit, and we move.
Hey, I'm on board with that. I mean, I just straight stream, so it's free.
Yeah.
I got no plan. I vibe with that. Those are I mean, that's the easiest way to just pump it out, right? Do it. So,
Well, some people just don't have like things to talk about. I've talked to people and it's difficult for them to like just stream or whatever. They kind of don't know what to say. I'm like, I can't relate. I've never shut up in my life. I always have something to say. It's a curse. It gets me in trouble a lot, but.
Oh yes, I understand exactly. Like, I mean, I've got 25 hours of only Chainsaw Man content out right now, so there's more cooking right now. I'm
Dedication.
I'm deranged. So, Doofy channel, about 3 years ago. What would you say is the first video that really took you to that point? Because YouTube, you gotta grind it out. You just gotta keep going. You get that little bit of traction. You get that little bit of energy, and you just gotta move it up. What would you say is the video that really first pushed you towards the level you're at now?
That's a good ass question. Are we talking in terms of like algorithm growth or just like in terms of seeing how it's doing, maybe not spectacularly well on the numbers, but like is motivating me to keep it going?
Do both. Do boom.
Okay, we'll do both. I think I saw some success pretty quickly with my first manga haul or my first manga collection update because I just famously said I had 100,000 volumes, and I quite obviously, if you've ever seen 100,000 volumes, you know that this is not 100,000 volumes.
No, that's like an entire store. That's like a manga.
Yeah.
That's like a manga cafe.
Yeah, it's actually, people don't understand how much 100,000 is. But that's why I picked the number, because I think it's big enough that people can't conceive how big it is, but it's not like a million, so they know that it's not like absurdly big. There was some science behind the number, don't get me wrong.
Some psychological science.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
And, but my favorite thing that I really liked with that video was people in the comments would be like, that's not 100,000, and I would just reply, just count them again, I promise. You know, I'd really lean into the fact that it was 100,000. Like, I would not let it slip up, and, you know, it's got a lot of dislikes. My channel is no stranger to having a lot of dislikes, but,
Hey, not anymore, baby. Boom! I don't see any dislikes on this video. What are you talking about?
Whoa. Oh, from your side. Yeah. Oh, if only I could live in ignorance of how much people hate me. But unfortunately, I have this cute little feature known as YouTube Studio, which tells me how much people hate my my videos, which you gotta love.
I love that you still get to see, even though they took it down, so advertisers won't get mad. Incredible.
Beautiful.
You love that, dude. Absolutely.
But that's the first video, I guess, to get traction. But my first video that I felt proud of and that I think was just orally well received, I don't know if that makes sense, but like just by word of mouth, people enjoyed it a lot, was my first subjectivity video, because I think that one was very well edited. I think it sparked a lot of discourse. That was like my doofy debate bro era. I was just debating random losers in the anime community in my Discord about objectivity in evaluation, and
oh no.
So I think, yeah, I really made a lot of the rounds because of all that stuff. But
nice.
At this point in my life, you know, little spoiler, I have a video eventually coming out that's just like a nice refined package of just my entire philosophy of evaluation, just in one concise little bundle. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna leave it there. If you want my thoughts, I'm like, boom, it's there, right? Because I think the old one has some issues, but I stand by everything that said ultimately, but I think I could have presented the info better. But I'm tired of that topic. Like, it's just such a stupid fucking topic to discuss.
You're tired of the people coming in your comments being like, by the way, Doofy, in your video you put out in 2022, I'm gonna punch you, bro. Like, get out of here.
Crazy.
Leave me
Absolutely
alone.
crazy. Oh, jeez. But yeah, those are two monumental videos for me.
Alright.
Yeah.
So yes, I was perusing your content in preparation for this. I would say overall, your content has come to this point of being this kind of like high level, even like meta discourse about anime and the broader anime community in general. Is that like the direction you're heading in, the vision you have for your content now, or where do you see your content? Obviously, you're on a little bit of a break working on music stuff. You're getting married, right? You have a fiance, something.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So you got some IRL garbage. This kid, I swear, dude. I'm gonna make an old man lose it. But yeah.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah. Congratulations, by the way. Love to see that.
Thank you. I mean that is my focus. Definitely that kind of like meta discussion surrounding topics in anime and manga communities more so than the actual content of the anime and manga. But like when I'm in the content mood, I will supplement that with like just miscellaneous shitty tier lists or little lists. Because like when I'm in a content mood, I just want to create usually. So like, you know, I might focus energies on like this kind of meta discussion, but like if I want to create and I don't have like something I want to think about and discuss, I'm just gonna pull up a tier list and like fart it out and have fun and clickbait it and just you know, have
Goof
fun.
off.
Exactly. So I mean that's kind of like the balance. It's probably like a 50-50 of like nice serious meta discussions and then just like, you know, throw away. I don't want to say throw away. I mean, they're pretty throw. I wouldn't watch those videos. I'd watch my meta discussions, but I wouldn't watch me talk about.
I
like,
don't know. I've watched some of the
arcs
doofy
for
tier
an
lists.
hour.
They're scuffed as hell, but I respect it. I respect that you put the energy in and you just make this tier list.
Yeah, it's fun to do.
Yes.
Not fun to watch. But I mean, at the same time,
I love it.
I wouldn't watch. Well, that's not fair because I don't really watch Anitube, period. But
Whoa!
I especially wouldn't watch a big 3 times arc tier list for an hour.
Okay, well, I'll cross that one off my list, dude. That stream X'd out.
Yeah, X that one.
Boom.
Also, I'm so fragile that if you said something bad about Naruto, I might have to block you.
What? I've said so many bad things about Naruto.
It's okay. I could not be bothered. That's one thing that irritates me about people. When it makes sense, it still irritates me though that like if I'll say something negative about a series they like, they take it personally. I'm like, suck it up. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
who cares, dude?
It's whatever.
I'm like
I don't care.
I'm a dude up in BC. What do you think? What do you want? What do you want? I'm some dude. I'm just a guy. I'm sorry, dude. You gotta move on.
Yeah, I'm sorry some stranger on the internet hurt your feelings by saying something not positive about a thing you like, but let's get over it.
Yeah, when the doofy Chainsaw Man is mid video comes out, we're done. It's over. It's
exactly. Well, right now that one's limited only to tweets, but because it's not worthy of a video, but
wow,
we'll
absolutely. Yeah, I was in there. I saw you little bait. Okay, brother.
I'm a demon on Twitter, bro. I've been saying it.
You literally made a video about why it is ethically correct for you to bait on Twitter. And
yes. Yes.
I was like, this guy, I'm in. This is where I'm at, dude.
I mean, my whole channel is just me trying to justify my behaviors and engagement with anime and manga at bottom. That's
yeah, I
it.
mean, that's just philosophy, right? That's 100% philosophy. Every philosopher is just trying to justify their weird sex stuff, right? Like, that's it. 100%.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's why I do philosophy in real life and in Annie's Twitter, because
you got it?
I just want to justify being a shitty human being.
Let's go.
As God intended.
What I mean? So I guess I want to hop off that last question. What is it that motivates you to put out this kind of content about, like, obviously the tier lists are just like, well, now, let's go. But I mean this kind
Yeah.
of like meta discussion. What is the purpose of this discourse in your mind?
I think it is just generally to broaden people's acceptance of certain behaviors in Twitter. I keep saying Twitter. I really just mean like anime and manga communities online.
Like
Twitter is
Reddit,
just like just like
YouTube,
the
yeah.
yeah. But because I feel like there's a lot of elitism and gatekeeping surrounding like what you're allowed to like, what you're not allowed to like, how you're supposed to read something, you know, the appropriate amount of depth you're supposed to get out of a series. There's so like seriously like you have to. What was it was a bait post. I know the guy, but he was like, I like Bleach and Vagabond, but you can only understand them with philosophy and biology, and I'm like, this is beautiful, the most beautiful tweet ever. But there are people like that. They're like they will gatekeep the appropriate amount of analysis you can get out of a show. This is a reach. That's not enough. Like it's insane. So my whole shtick is that I just want us to be accepting of however people are going to engage with this stuff. Let them engage with whatever they want. I want to give them the justification to do that. If you want to hate all the popular shit, love some niche shit, I want you to do that. If you want to love all the popular shit, hate all the niche shit, I want you to do that. If you want to hate on fucking everything, I especially want you to do that, damn it.
Hater energy, hater doofy, activated.
Hater doofy. Oh, dude, don't get him started. He will hate on everything.
Well, we'll get to
That's
that
my
next. That's part two.
That's my personality. That's my personality, you know. It's all
Really?
about
You?
contextualizing your hate.
Oh.
I think I shock people if I posted like a positive tweet. No, I did last night. I said Attack on Titan's is a 10 out of 10. Okay,
I mean,
that's a positive tweet.
You're breaking the internet with that one right there.
Yeah,
you're
I got
right,
like
that's
seven or 8 likes. I think I'm pretty much fucking famous.
Ooh, he's taking it over. We move.
But that's the motivation. That's the vision.
All right, I like that. Okay, that's a good segue into part 2. My real purpose of this series. You have this motivation of expanding, broadening people's perspective on how others are allowed to interpret and engage with media, we're pretty much in a similar camp in that regard. But in that sense, I want to talk about how do you engage with this medium? We are both content makers of, because you said there's like a black hole of time where you didn't touch any of this nerd shit at all.
Yes.
But now you're back in it. What brought you back?
Sadly.
Firstly.
Well, like I mentioned, just pandemic and running out of things to do.
Sure.
I'm like, you know what? There's nothing else to do. I'm gonna read manga that I own but haven't read, and I'm like, you know what? This shit's good.
What did you pick up? What was the first one you picked up?
I think the first one might have been Genshiken. I think I reread the first season of Genshiken. I'm like, yeah, it's strange. I kind of came back into this world with without a battle shonen, and then I think the second thing I read the first volume of Hina Matsuri. I think it's called.
Oh, pretty solid. It's a good one.
Yeah, so I kind of came on some fuck shit.
Yeah, and now you're a slice of life hater. What happened?
I'm actually I don't know how I present online, but my true and honest like manga tastes are like there's like a certain niche of like these kind of seinen / like josei dramas that I really like. Like there's these kind of like short ones that are like super intimate, just a small cast of characters. That is my cup of tea. That is my bread and butter. I don't actually like battle shonen as much as I think I might lead on. It's really like these little shitty like 2-3 volume dramas that I could eat up all day.
Oh man, we are actually the same.
Yeah.
So
We're a lot more the same than I might lead on.
Okay, so what about those kind of series is so compelling to you? What do you find? So what hooks you in?
I like the little nuggets that are just very on the nose relatable. You know, if I see a character embodying certain traits or acting a certain way in situations that I could see myself doing, it's just like I don't want to say thought experiment, but it's nice to see how, like, if you were to take this mindset that I have in life and to apply it to this situation, what the consequences might be. And then it's almost like a learnable moment in a way. I don't think I'm doing this explicitly, but I think that this is happening when I'm reading it. which I quite like. But also, it's just there's something about that more grounded setting that I find easier to get into, easier for me to invest in. With a lot of these, you know, crazy hyperactive battle shonen, I just find that the way that like the dialogue's written and the character interactions, they're very carefully curated to create a certain experience for the reader, and it's nice. It has this kind of cinematic quality at times, but it kind of loses me. It doesn't draw me in the same way that just like a really scuffed interaction between two random ass people in these little dramas does, if that makes sense.
I feel you. However, okay, I do have to bring up your Battle Shonen lore. I do have to bring up Naruto. Let's talk about your aesthetic relationship to Naruto. It seems very complicated for you. You've talked about it a few different times in like a sort of oblique way. What is with that? You know, what is your Naruto history?
Naruto is like, the way I've always described it is it was. It sounds corny as fuck, and I know calling it out doesn't make it less corny, but we move. It was more than a show for me. You know, it was a movement in like a very real sense. This like brought out something in the whole friend group from a young age. You know, everyone would just get together and we would watch Naruto. Everyone had their favorite. We had people whose favorites were fucking Shino and Kiba, right? That's just everyone wanted to have their character in Naruto, and we were just so invested in just seeing them live their lives in this little narrative Kishimoto's created for us. And so there's a lot of that kind of nostalgic attachment. To me, I see Naruto as like this kind of unifying force. It's something I've always done with friends. And this really lasted for quite a while. I mean, even I remember being in high school and like these like house parties, just drunk on the back step, arguing with my friends like, Suigetsu would absolutely fucking body Zabuza. Yeah, he could not. Zabuza's way stronger. Suigetsu's made out of fucking water. How will he hit him? Like, it's literally just like wasted on the back deck of like this girl's house, just arguing about Naruto all night. So that's a lot of my association with Naruto. So for me, it already has this kind of massive emotional investment. But Naruto was another one of those things where it's like, my love for it lived outside of the show because I was watching, you know, AMVs of it all the time. I was watching fan animations all the time. I was reading doujin of it, both sexual and non-sexual. Okay, head canon. I was in the forums talking about Naruto. Who the hell is Toby? I was there. I was on those forums. So to me, it should be quite obvious that this was like a whole thing for me. This wasn't just like, this is a cool show and I appreciate, you know, it on these merits. No, this was like my life. You know, me and my friends would like make the paper shuriken and run around and like pretend to be ninja. Like, it was a whole ass ordeal.
Incredible.
It was a culture around it that I was completely subsumed by and loved every second of it. And I think that just became the lens through which I would continue to view it for the rest of my life. Kind of giving it like an invisible buff every time I would watch it. So I'm always going at it with max charitability and max just willing to explain anything that comes up.
All right, so give me the max charitability spell of Naruto. Let's go. You know, you have this attachment. What's so fucking good? Let's go.
Well, I think the easy one that a lot of people go for is its fights. The fights are incredibly well choreographed. It's not a lot of like I hate Bleach fights, for example. I always rag on Bleach. Bleach fights always feel like big sword clash with other big sword, but bigger sword will win.
Absolutely.
There's no situational awareness. You know, like they're not using their environment to their advantage in the majority of the fights. Now, I reckon that a fight's not just hand-to-hand combat. There's emotional value, you know, reasons for participants to fight. Bleach, you know, has a lot of those aspects. But I think that Naruto at bottom has that beautiful hand-to-hand choreography. We see it all the time. I mean, the big examples everyone goes to is like Naruto versus Sasuke or Kakashi versus Obito, you know, Rock Lee versus Gaara. Those are the basic ass ones everyone cites. But I mean, there's nuggets of genius in each fight that Kishimoto displays. I also think, like, composition-wise, early Naruto has some of the best paneling in the genre. I think that Kishimoto does a really great job at displaying the fights. So there's a lot of early stuff, such as like the bell test, where I think it's very easy to track the movement as, like, Sasuke will go to, like, throw his kick up and then Kakashi will dodge. Sasuke will, like, move his arms and, like, he'll push himself off. Like, it's very, like, clear to see the sequence of events, which I think you've mentioned before. That's a rare trait in a battle shonen. Like, I think JJK is an example of something with good choreography, but it can be difficult to read it at times.
Yes, it's hard to parse.
Yeah, because the panels, I think he has this kind of like scratchy kind of style, which I do like, but it can make it difficult to make out, what the character's doing here or here.
He also gives them really complicated abilities that he's trying to like render and put up against each other, and so you're like, what? You're like, what?
Yeah.
How? You're like, what did he do? And he like explains. You're like, all right, whatever. Moving on.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah. I mean, I think it's crazy because I think I saw an interview in which he said that a lot of the abilities would have been more complicated had his editors not been like, yeah. So that's some nonsense, bro. I think he's given Togashi a run for his money.
I've described it as a MOBA. It's like a MOBA. Reminds me of a MOBA. It's like these guys have MOBA abilities, bro. It's like he's ulting, dude.
Yeah, literally, it's insane. It's fucking insane. Love JJK.
Crazy.
I also hate JJK, but we move.
Apparently it's almost over. But I digress.
Yeah, I believe it is, but this isn't the JJK cell, this is the Naruto cell.
Exactly.
So I've given you, I think, at bottom, choreography and paneling. These are two great traits. In a battle shonen, the battling is obviously an essential component, and I think that Naruto exceeds in that category, and I've yet to see another do it with the same level of sophistication and clarity and meaning. So I think that it's just, like, beautiful. I also think that it does a really good job at developing an interesting world. I think that oftentimes whenever we think of something like world building, or let me bring it back a step, I think when we think about these kind of terms like world building, we automatically associate different series with it on the basis of discourse. So you hear world building, you think of what series?
I mean, One Piece goes hard.
One Piece is the series that people talk about when it comes to world building. I think the same can be said about, like, with Naruto and the choreography. I think those just kind of go hand in hand online.
Sure.
But I feel like because One Piece kind of steals the spotlight in terms of discourse surrounding world building, Naruto kind of gets like a shadow casted upon it. But I think that Naruto does genuinely create a really interesting world. Perhaps one of the drawbacks of it is we don't get to see a lot of the other villages. We don't get to experience how they're lived in, their kind of unique cultures. We get it for some. I think early on it does a good job, like when they're actually going out on missions, like when they go to the land of the waves, you can really see the whole culture and economy of the wherever they're at thriving. It kind of loses that charm a little later on, but I do think at bottom it's an interesting world. It has an interesting history, which they slowly reveal to us over time. With Hashirama and Madara being, the foundation of the modern ninja schools and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I think that it has ultimately a rather interesting world that it develops. It could benefit from showing more of it, but I think at bottom it's got a pretty solid world that it builds that it could possibly benefit from show. Wow, I'm looping. I'm looping in real time. Yes. He's looping, guys. Okay.
He's on his Naruto. Let me pull you out. I'll pull you out. I think that's a pretty good sell. I think that's okay. So
I never got the characters, bro. Sasuke's character arc is the best in the entire genre, and I can't be convinced otherwise. But
I'll actually give you that. I think there's not that many great character arcs in Naruto, not Naruto. In a battle shonen, characters tend to have pretty straightforward development, and Sasuke goes through hell multiple times. And he's just like better Kaneki, basically, straight up. I mean,
you've just listen. You can say the worst, most horrible things about Naruto from here on out, and I think that one comment will save you.
You don't want to hear my opinion about literally any other character.
Hey, we got the goat though. We got the goat. That's all that matters.
Great. That's all I needed. The only problem with the final war arc is where's Sasuke? Who the fuck are these guys? Where the fuck is Sasuke? He literally popped the fuck off. Where is he? This is all about him. More. I don't give a shit about any of these guys. Move on, dude. Stop.
I love the war arc in its current state, but it would have vastly benefited from cutting down the amount of characters brought back and just making more meaningful interactions. I mean, the whole Sasuke Itachi thing was beautiful, but I think they missed a major opportunity by not bringing back Jiraiya, because this is how it could have went down. They could have had, Jiraiya going to fight Naruto, or like Naruto comes across Jiraiya, they have this emotional moment, but because the Edo Tensei, he's forced to fight him, and then Kakashi comes in and saves him, and he says, "Go on, Naruto, I'll handle this." And then the fans finally get to see the great clash between Jiraiya and Kakashi, the fight we've all wanted to see for fucking decades but never got. Damn, that would have been nice. But
the Doofy Dojin is real, dude. The Doofy Dojin.
The amount of headcanon Naruto fights I've made is just... I'm not a power scaler. I don't like power scaling, but I like creating narratives in which characters that I like would come against each other and how they would fight, and you know what I mean? I feel like power scaling misses a lot of the emotional and the non-human aspects of a fight.
Exactly.
But that's sorry.
It's all materialist argumentation. Boo.
Boo.
Boo materialism.
Boo. Yeah.
Anyway, let me pull you out of Naruto. I think you're geeking, but I love it. I mean, that was great. That was fire content. We got that. Boom. On camera, live. You heard it here
first. What's going on the
folks.
Shorts?
Kishimoto, take notes, alright? I know you're watching, bro. I know you're watching. Okay?
He's cooking right now, bro. He's in the latest Boruto chapter. He was cooking.
Healed. Rip the goat, dude. Keep on. No more Boruto's about Naruto. Alright. The actual main character is gonna have to actually be the main character of the series, guys. I'm sorry. Condolences.
Oh goodness.
Okay, anyway, moving on. The last thing I want to talk about is any sort of moments in your time. You're more of like a manga reader. I don't know if you enjoy anime as much, but it kind of definitely more about manga. Any moments of manga that changed your mind, that broke you open into a new headspace about the medium?
Just in terms of that demonstrated that the ceiling for how good a manga can be is just so much higher than what I thought.
You know what I mean? Something that moved you in a new direction in terms of your appreciation. It doesn't have to be this was the best. It's just this, this was a moment.
This is crazy because I was actually thinking about something similar to this, about what just kind of was a breaking point in my trajectory from just the nerdy shonen kid to these kind of more these drama sort of things. I can't remember what I decided was the definitive series to have done that, but there was one and I'm so pissed for not remembering it. But in recent memory, at least, I think in 2021, I don't remember the year, that was the first year in a long time that I'd given not just one, but two manga 10 out of 10. And they were Pluto by Urasawa and 3 Days of Happiness, the adaptation of the light novel.
Okay.
Those kind of reminded me of just how high the quality of a manga can get. For me, Pluto, I've long since reflected on it. It kind of lost some of its charm. It's kind of falling in the rankings. But in the moment, I was just taken aback at how well Urasawa was able to kind of just create these small little stories, put them together just so neatly, and have them all culminate into this kind of long, overarching plot, kind of pointing towards this one mystery, and yet still be able to deliver this kind of emotional punch without taking the amount of time he took in, say, Monster or 20th Century Boys. So to me, how I've always described it is Pluto is the genius and emotional punch of Monster, but in a much smaller package. And I think I still do prefer Pluto to Monster for that. I'd say actually there were moments in Pluto that made me much more emotional than anything in Monster. And on the topic of emotional, 3 Days of Happiness, brother. Have you read it? You must have read
I have not read through this. I kind of stay away from the destroy your soul stuff because it destroyed my soul hard. It will send me down.
It was a crushing. It was beautiful. It was just, this was for me. I'm this is just a good love story. Like, I don't care about love stories in anime and manga. I like battle shonen. They don't give a fuck about romance. But I saw this and I'm just like, I want them to be happy forever. Like, you know, like
Yes.
I'm like, I like this. So I think those were two kind of like manga that really did that for me.
Shook you up.
Yeah.
All
Can we
right.
get much higher? That was the question. And the answer was yes. So high.
Cool. I think that sort of wraps up the second half. We're here at the 45-minute mark on this interview. I think we're gonna call it there. Do you have any last things you would like to add? Anything you would like to ask me, or shout outs, or what have you?
Can you give me like the 16 digits on the front of your credit card, the 3 little digits on the back, and the expiry date?
I don't have a credit.
Okay, so there's 3 problems with that. 1, how am I gonna scam you? And 2, I'm not good at counting.
Okay, good. That's good.
What can I say? Am I a comedian genius or what? Comedic genius? Fuck, I misspoke. We gotta cut that one out.
Yeah, we'll
We're
cut
gonna
it.
replay it.
Cut it in
Damn.
post.
Am I a comedic genius or what?
You are. We're all laughing over here. Band's album is dropping soon. Name of the band, so everyone can find it.
Oh, that's true. I should advertise that. Yeah, My Dead Friends.
My Dead
On
Friends.
Spotify, Apple
Spotify.
Music, Deezer, YouTube, anywhere you can find music.
Let's go. Coming
Not
soon.
SoundCloud.
Also, new Doofy aesthetic video dropping. You heard it here first. Gonna happen. He said it live on stream.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, eventually, probably. I don't know. I mean, my goal, ideally, this year is to do like 1 video a month. But it's already the 18th, and I just don't feel like I've got sufficient progress on anything.
Well, God bless. I hope you make it. I know you can do it because you've done it before. At least one time.
Yep, at least once.
Well, thank you very much for being on this series. You are the very first, so if it ever becomes a super mega hit, then you can say you did this. Absolutely.
I will absolutely be taking credit for all of your success.
You should, because you're literally the only person who's ever come to watch my stream live. Alright, thank you much.
No, you're lying.
That's true.
I think RJ was there last
RJ
time,
was
wasn't
there.
he?
It was
Yeah,
great.
shout out
And
RJ.
you guys started talking about Dressrosa. You guys started fighting about Dressrosa immediately. I was like, this is literally bannable behavior, dude. This is literally derailing the stream, arguing about One Piece in the comments. Like, Jesus
More engagement.
Christ.
More engagement.
It was great.
See the vision.
It was great. I love talking about Dressrosa. All right, thank you again, Doofy. Thanks everyone who watches the content. Like and subscribe, or else it's over. See you next time.